Lewis Mason, Lewis Bruno, hey Chisora, Joshua and White. And this should be no different. As Chisora put it, Joe doesn't go back, I don't go back either. And there were some who have been questioning what he's doing in a ring anyway, but his message was simple here. I listen to no one, I'm my own boss, I make my own decisions, and I do what I want. And he's here because he wants to be here, and he's here because the supporters want to see him here. And that is the answer to that. Just listen to the reaction.
You listen to the reception, he got it. And to be honest, Big Joe Joyce is a likeable guy too, and well supported. But the fans really have an affinity with Derek Chisora. They love him. They love what he's about. They love that he's no nonsense. They love that he loves a fight.
Yeah.
And that's why he gets the support.
And you think about it, 135 plus rounds. He's been in with some of the most punishing and brutal opposition. Joe Joyce will not worry him.
No, there'll be no fear in Derek Chisora. Absolutely none at all. And I think out of the two fighters tonight, I think Big Joe probably has the most to prove. He has them 2 defeats against Zhilei Zhang. He also has a win then against Kai Shali, which was very, very underwhelming to say the least. So at a point, you know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we were talking about Joe Joyce and I was as well talking about him as being the next guy to rule the heavyweight division. And it just shows you how quickly things can change.
Well, you talk about it's only a crisis, whether it's active, whether it's perceived, only that brings change. And Joe Joyce has been through his own crisis. Is it going to bring change here against a wily opponent who's been there, seen it, done it, and experienced everything? The joy, the heartache.
We've seen a lot of quality fights on this bill tonight with, you know, guys showing their class and boxing beautifully and being world class at times. We may not see that tonight. I think both guys just fancy a bit of brute force and ignorance. Good shot there
by Chisora. And that was a welcome to the show.
The strength of Joe Joyce, though, he just marched him backwards there. Just marched Derek back with relative ease.
He's taking one himself.
Derek's shook there.
Joyce caught him. The counter punch nearly took him to his knees. Worrying moment there for Chisora. Hard round. Chisora started well, but it could have ended in tragedy there. Talking about his makeup and what his strengths and his weaknesses are, and he said, look, you know, I can dish it out and I can receive it, but I prefer not to. I could do more with my defence.
This is Joe. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all know he can do a lot more with his defence, but he's just landed a good shot straight away there. I think the thing with both guys is that neither of them have the fastest hands in the world, but it's thudding, thumping, brute force strength when it's landing.
But he still believes he's going to be a world champion, despite those 2 defeats. It's all about the future, overcoming obstacles. Good left hook there from Chisora, but again, you're talking about he walked through them.
It'll be a war of attrition, this one. We all know that Joe Joyce, whatever you think about his style, we all know he's extremely, extremely fit.
Yeah. The competition is the best form of motivation, and Chisora will be desperate to put on a show here, just to knock back some of the naysayers that say that he shouldn't maybe be in there at all.
Like we said earlier, I mean, we talk about how much there is on the line here for Joe Joyce. I think literally his career is over if he loses this fight. I don't mean to be harsh, but Derek, he's talked about having 50 fights. I think this is fight number 48. I think if Derek loses, not that he wants to lose, but I think he continues on to try and reach number 50. Really do. Whether that's right or not, wrong, I suppose it's only up to him to decide. Good shot there from Derek.
But again, literally just bounces off of Joyce. He is having joy here, but nothing can shift the juggernaut from his position, stood right in front of him. And it's what comes back after he's landed that he's got to be worried about. He's given it everything. This is a good right hook, and Joe Joyce has taken a couple more punches than I expect he wanted to take there.
Took it really well.
He has taken them, but that weakness of defense that even he alludes that he has got again is glaringly obvious.
He just needs to be careful. Up until the Zhilei Zhang fight, I think a lot of people thought that Joe Joyce couldn't be hurt, myself included. But then shots just bounced off his chin. He needs to be careful.
Well, these are big shots, and they're fueling Chisora with a belief here that he can pull off the impossible. Pull off a big shot, big round, good round for Chisora. And the juggernaut was partially halted in his tracks. That thought that he wouldn't be in the ring after 2 rounds. Here again, some of the bad moments. There is that swinging left hand.
Second down, round 3.
Joyce's message to himself: there are dark moments, but like in life, you get back on your feet, you dust yourself off, you get to work again.
Derek was doing well there, just making Joe miss with a number of shots and coming back with them hooks. When you look at Joe and you look at the sides of him and the attributes he has and the strength and the chin that he has, but you know, if he just had a little bit more speed, he would be twice the fighter that he already is.
And by that, do you mean that you would like to see him coming in with less weight on?
No, absolutely not. I think that he done that before against Zhilei Zhang, and it was to his detriment. But I mean, he's never going to be the fastest guy in the world. He doesn't have the fastest hands, but he's one of these fighters that takes two to land one. But there's a problem. You're a heavyweight, and sometimes it only takes one shot to knock you out, as we've seen with the Zhang fights.
Well, that'll be in the back of Chisora's mind as well. He's having his successes in this fight so far, but he doesn't want to present himself as an open target here for Joyce to land anything on him. And he's going to need to measure how much he puts into these rounds as well, so he doesn't leave himself short in the latter stages of the fight, if indeed we get there.
Good shots to the body there as well from Derek. And we know what Derek's trying to do. He's trying to get close and he's trying to land them big looping hooks. Joe needs to be punching from a distance, straight punches from a distance, just to deter Derek from coming forward. That was a good shot from Joe.
Look of grim determination, wants to grind his man down, swings that right hand in, and again you can see it coming from a considerable distance, but Joyce again doesn't do anything to get himself out of the way.
It was a decent uppercut there that Joyce did land just in that exchange. I'm just looking at Derek's face. We've seen this look many times before, but it looks tired. We haven't finished 3 rounds yet, but again, a bit like Baluta earlier on. If he's tired or not, he'll be swinging while he's in there. Good left hook from Joe.
Needs character, needs personality in his performance here now. Finds a big shot right on the bell. Look at some of the punch stats as they work on some of the swelling around Chisora's eye there. Nothing too serious. There you go. Decent level of accuracy from Derek Chisora so far. It's the weight of what he has had to take from Joyce. The punches sucking a bit of that energy out of it. As he said, he was beginning to look a little bit tired, but it is that look that you know that he always has.
You just don't normally expect it to see it so early in a fight. That's the issue. I mean, if you're in there, there's a good right hand from Joe Joyce. Good left hook. I think he might be hurting Derek here, you know. I mean, the instructions from Joe Joyce's team, I can't hear into the corner, but they've got to beat a punch straight from distance, whether you're going forwards or backwards. Derek's shots are coming from an angle, they're coming wide. If you're punching right down the middle, he's going to walk onto them.
Oh, get that hurt. Again, and you can see these clubbing shots coming in now, and Chisora just taking a little time on the ropes before launching back into another assault of his own.
It's a nice little body shot just sunk in there from Joe, but a good left hook in return from Derek.
Does again another good left hand too from Chisora, and this time the right finds its way in as well. And once more, the crowd to their feet and cheering everything that he lands.
It's a lot better from Derek this round.
Yeah, it's a good line that you win the battle, but will he win the war?
Yeah, I just can't help but look at his face and think, why are you this exhausted? But knowing Derek is as brave as they come, and he's just going to keep throwing. We'll have an idea why he's exhausted. You've got a 20 plus stone man marching forward, and you're bouncing shots off his head. That might be part of the reason.
Well, his performance already, regardless of what else happens, will maybe have surprised some. 4 rounds in. And Joyce, as it hasn't really significantly stunned his opponent here with anything that he's thrown, but that can change in an instant. But he takes again another good right hand, leaves himself a little off balance then. He was lucky that there wasn't a counter coming in. But again, it's another hard round, and Joyce is labouring here.
Yeah, I think it was a better round for Derek. He landed a couple of good left hooks, which probably stole the round for him. But Joyce still coming forward. And it's the size and strength of Joe Joyce. It takes a lot of energy for Derek Chisora just to keep him off.
And one more thing, he always, when come to you, he square up. Put your left uppercut.
Salas.
Joey, by the center. Let's go, baby.
A bit of time in the build-up here over in the States.
Joey, now or never, man. Please.
Bonus 10 seconds.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, big show.
Seconds out.
So here we go. We are halfway through already. It can change in an instant, but it's a good job so far being done by Derek Chisora. Okay, timing and patience there as Joyce tracks his man.
Yeah, I think if
he
Joe
knows maybe the better time of getting would be later on in this fight.
No, I mean, if Joe does what he's doing right now at the start of this round, if he's punching from distance, doesn't allow Derek to get close. When Derek tries to wing a big hook in, you take a step back. You know, I don't think it has to be rocket science. Simple boxing can win this fight for Joe. But Derek's doing okay. He needs to move his head a little bit more. He needs to throw a little bit more as well.
Well, the objective, Joe Joyce said, is get a few good wins in, throw a title into the mix.
Good left hook from Derek.
Oh, and again, two good left hooks then. But Joyce pinning him on the ropes, and that's where it could be dangerous. He's doing his best to cover up Chisora and fight his way out, which he does. Again, not making life easy for Joe Joyce to sit back and just pick his shots.
Oh, good uppercut there from Joe. I think sometimes with Derek, the shots look to be a little bit exaggerated when they land on Derek, because he is tired. He's obviously very brave and he'll stay in and he'll keep fighting, but because he lands a shot and he falls back onto the ropes, I think it makes it look worse than what they actually are.
Plenty of diligence, plenty of endurance shown so far. That was a good uppercut that Chisora walked straight onto.
Good right
Again,
hand
there's that
from
right
Derek.
hand. How many times? He's landed it, what, 3-4 times now. He's landing them. They're not doing a lot. It's forcing Joe Joyce to come at him, open up again. But the crowd really getting behind Derek Chisora here. They're loving every bit of this performance. It's everything about the man that they love.
Yeah, this is Derek Chisora. This is what he's about. He loves to fight, and as long as he's allowed to continue to fight, he'll keep doing it. He's landed some good shots. Joe started this round quite well, but I think Derek, just some of the bigger shots, has probably stolen it. Maybe more than stolen it.
His constant landing of his right hand. That was a great one after the bell, which he acknowledges and apologises for. But what a good round that was.
Yeah, good round.
Round 6.
Well, there you go.
Every round,
Yeah.
I have it a little bit closer than that. I do have Derek in front.
Just how big an upset would this be for you?
I don't think it would be a big upset in terms of, I mean, a couple of years ago it would have been a massive upset, but I think that Joe has lost something since the Zhilei Zhang fights. Looking at that last performance against Cash Ali as well, I don't think it would be an upset.
Got to establish some authority here, because the only one who has grown in confidence since the opening bell has been Derek Chisora. Walks on to a good short left hand there from Joyce, and now he's beginning to unload. And this is where it could all turn in an instant. He's slipping a few of these.
He was hurt there. That was a good shot from Joe. You just need to try and keep this kind of momentum and pace. Keep the pace high. We know that Joe can fight at a high pace. He's extremely fit for a heavyweight.
Yeah.
He just needs to make sure he's throwing leather all the time.
Staying out of distance, backed into the corner though, trying to bring Joyce onto him before he lands that right hand again. This time, right and left combination. It was the left this time that crushes onto the jaw.
Good work there from Derek.
Well, you do wonder
Good job. I'm just listening to the other people around us. Tim, I think a lot of people have Derek by a mile in front. Fabio has him 5 rounds up. Talksport behind us have him, I think, 4-1 up, but I have a little bit closer. I did have him in front, but I don't think Derek's winning this round.
Better, the more craft, the better technique, the bigger shots being landed by Joe Joyce. And every time you think that the tide is turning, Chisora turns it back in his favour. Half a minute to go in round 6 here.
He always has that in his locker, Derek. I mean, we talk about his bravery and how tough he is, but
Yeah.
he'll literally take 10 shots and land one big massive hook and not care about it. And that's why, oh, what a shot, what a right hand.
How many of those right hands has he landed here? 4 in the last round, at least 3 here.
A couple of good shots there as well from Derek, but that eye's just swelling up and it's definitely annoying him a little bit. I think that was a good round from Joe. I think that was a good round from Joe Joyce, but I think a lot of people have him a mile in front here, Derek, from what I'm listening to, but I currently have it level.
Right. There we go. Punches landed. What's he got to do? I mean, I know it sounds ragingly obvious what he's ultimately got to do, but what's he got to do to change his approach here, Joe?
Joe, I mean, he needs to throw more. I think that Derek, look at Derek, he's tired, and there's a period in each round where he has a bit of a burst, and he lands the big left hooks and the big right hooks. But I think if Joe's punching long from distance, it's the best thing he can do. Derek starting on the front foot here.
needs to adapt and revise here, Joyce.
No, this is the distance that Joe Joyce needs to be boxing from. Just here. And you gotta be able to see them left and right hooks coming. They're coming from so far back.
He's taken that short left hook. Once again, finding his way to the target. And he switches right into the body, left hook. Well, how much grit has he got left here, Joe?
It's a real war of attrition here. Both guys clearly feeling this.
But the thing is, isn't it, at the moment, that Joe Joyce looks as fatigued as Derek Chisora does?
I don't think so. I don't think he looks as fatigued as Derek. I think that Derek's body language is a lot different than Joe's. So that's a good uppercut from Joe. But like I said, Derek's looked like this from round 2 or round 3.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
but he's never sure.
Yeah, he just continues to throw, and that's what we expect of him.
How many times have we said that? He must be getting bored of hearing it with a good right hand, and he finds his way every time.
But Joe's landing here as well. Maybe the shots, he's landing a lot more shots, I think, than Derek, but they're just not as telling.
He says there is one last hurrah, one more big shot at the big time, a big payday. He knows that if he gets this decision, if it does go at the end to a points decision, if he rides this storm out late on, if he can hang on.
Oh, good shot.
Massive shot again by Derek Chisora, but again, Joyce walks through it.
You look what happens there. Derek throws a good shot, a good right hook, it lands pretty clean, and he walks back into the corner, exhausted. And that's why I just don't think it's as clear cut as everybody else around me is thinking. I think this is a close fight.
Well, again, decent great shots thrown by both in that round. Amazing. You see how much he's put into this. Chisora, but we're looking at some of the good work here from Joe Joyce.
Good job there from Joe, and that's the distance that he needs to be at. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record and keep harping on about it, but it's simple tactics. If you're Joe Joyce's corner, I know Ismail Salas is a quality coach. I imagine he's telling him to do that, to punch from distance, not allow him to get close. And that's how you win this fight.
Yeah, looking at the statistics that we're just showing up there again. Chisora throwing slightly less punches than Joe Joyce, but he again landed more.
Yeah.
A higher accuracy rating, percentage-wise. But is this where we start to see some fear, some angst, anxiety, apprehension beginning to creep in? Trepidation of what might be, or what might occur in these final rounds here.
I think at this stage, it's who wants it more. Who wants to win this fight? Who wants to continue on with their career? Oh, what a right hook from Derek. But Joe took it really well, and he just keeps coming and coming back, but that was a quality shot from Derek.
Again, having the vision to see it, executing it to perfection as he did. Again, a quiet moment, maybe a quiet spell in round 8.
And this is the difficulty with scoring rounds. I mean, Derek is clearly landing the better shots, the more telling, eye-catching shots, but he lands one, and Joe maybe lands 5 or 6, you know, short left or right hands. That's what you like as a judge. I have this kind of very, very close. But other people around me have Derek a mile in front.
Yeah, I can hear it. You can hear it in the background. Some of the other the commentary going on. The people literally they can't believe what they're seeing here.
Maybe I don't know what I'm watching. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm listening to some of the people behind me, and I definitely know a lot more than they do. We'll say no names. Good stuff there from Derek.
It is into the body of Joe.
But there it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's a couple of good shots there from Derek, and then Joe literally goes forward, lands a jab, and Derek falls onto the ropes, and it just looks worse than what it is.
Just a little start,
I think.
Now as he got him, is this the moment the fight turns in Joe Joyce's favour? Can Chisora ride the storm out? Took a big right hand. Joyce has got him pinned into the corner. These are big moments. Great comeback again from Chisora. The old warrior isn't going to be counted out yet. Being told to keep it up. Back to the ropes he goes. These are important moments. He's only got seconds to hang on here to take it into round 9. Joyce is piling on the pressure here. Again, good left hook from Joyce. But Chisora again digs in deep. Coming back and again, huge character being shown. The crowd loving it. Everybody on their feet. The moment was there though.
Yeah, I mean, there was a chance that he was going to get rid. He done really, really well to stay in there, Derek. But a much better round from Joe Joyce.
Round 9.
It's close. Joyce's comeback has secured him, we believe, the last 3 rounds.
Good right hand. Derek looks hard again.
Yeah, he's staggered. Joyce is over. He's got him pinned on the ropes again. He comes out swinging. He knows he can't stand there and just suck up all these punches that Joyce is going to unload on him.
That's what
He's got to show incredible courage.
Joe has to be so careful. Derek's like a wounded animal. It's when he's at his most dangerous. A bit of Nigel Benn about him, where he looks to be hurt. He looks to be almost out on his feet, and then he just throws something back. Extreme bravery. There's another good right hand that landed, but Joe just continues to march forward.
Cutting the ring off, backing him into the corner again. And there's not a lot coming back at the moment. He's doing just enough to try and fend him off, to keep him at distance. There's a long way to go in this round yet. But Joyce beginning to get more and more success as we creep to the midway point in round 9. But again, just when you think the tank is empty, the tank has run dry, Chisora is right back at him.
He's so brave. He's so brave.
The defense has got there.
But much better from Joe Joyce.
He was a bit of a sitting target there. Joyce did not take full advantage. These are going to be 4 very long minutes that are left in this fight. Chisora's got a big shot of winning this if he can hang on, if he can avoid Joyce's shot. And Joyce hits the deck again.
That's been the threat all night. That has been the threat all night. He looks okay, Joe.
Yeah, he's okay. What a moment. He looked out on his feet, did Chisora. Chisora, but he's somehow summoned up from the depths.
It looks like Chisora's the one that's just been knocked down. This fight's crazy.
Joyce, his career is hanging in the balance here. Half a minute to get right at this storm at Chisora. Joyce is all over him. Comes forward again, uses the ropes to get some leverage in there, and runs back into his corner. And listen to the reaction of the packed arena here. They know that he is 3 minutes away from a victory here.
Yeah,
that's what they believe.
That's what they believe. I mean, I don't know how I'm scoring this fight. I genuinely don't. I'm listening to people around me, and they have Derek Chisora a mile in front. I don't. I have it very, very close. And for me, it's probably who wins this last round, wins the fight. It'll be really interesting to see what happens. If the fight goes to points, who wins it, what the judges are seeing. I think the judges' scorecard could be all over the place.
Corners, 10 seconds.
To the centre of the ring, staring down Joyce, the crowd. There's no doubt who they want to see the victor here, but Joyce has got 3 minutes, maybe, to save his career. He's got to take his man out, maybe, some believe, to win this.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen a fighter as exhausted as Derek Chisora in this fight.
Been saying it since round two.
But still throwing back. It's madness.
This is why he loves the sport. This is why he says he doesn't listen to anybody. He's his own boss. He does what he wants to do. It's a hard sport to leave, he said. Even at the end of your career, your whole life is around this sport. And he's clinging on for dear life here. No time for artistry, no time for finesse, flair, perfection, virtuosity. He has got to dig up a punch from somewhere that is going to take Chisora out. Has he got it? We haven't really seen it all night.
Joyce has just got to be careful. He doesn't walk into one of these overhand rights or lefts. And that's why Derek's so dangerous. No matter how exhausted he looks, he always pulls it from somewhere just to throw leather.
You can only wonder what is going through the mind of Joyce, who was on the lips of everybody. We're looking forward to world title challenges as recently as, 18 months ago. How quick everything can change. Again, left hook. Well, this time you can see Joyce just... So down he goes again, but that is not. That's a slip.
I don't even know what he slipped on.
Again, another massive right hand on the left to follow it. Again, the crowd want more. Joyce is hanging on in here. He's just wobbled him again. His career is ebbing away, it looks like here. Chisora summons up a performance, a vintage display. He's given absolutely everything. Nothing gives you greater pleasure than doing something that people told you you could never do. Everybody that had a view or an opinion gave Chisora absolutely no hope.
Great fight. Great fight.
Even he's impressed.
I don't know who won that. I do not know who won that. Are you serious? I do not know who won that fight. I don't think. I think it's close. I think it's really close. Derek landed some good shots in each round, but there just wasn't enough of them. The volume was definitely coming from Joyce, but the impactful shots were coming from Derek. I mean, we're looking at the stats. We've got the stats in front of us. Joyce has outlanded Derek Chisora according to the jabber stats. High impact is almost identical. Joyce has thrown more, but I could be a mile off. I might get the sack in the morning, I don't know.
Well, we will be seeing Joyce. These are very tense moments. The master of fine art, the man who specialised in abstract oils, though Picasso is as much a hero as Ali. What he produced out here tonight was not fine art. This wasn't a Matisse or a Picasso. Could this be that he turns out to be what Andy Warhol stood up? He's going to be famous for 15 minutes.
Yeah, Joe thinks he's won it. I mean, if you just have a look at both fighters, which fighter looks like the fighter that's just won a fight?
Well,
I think it's close.
It's going to be close. It's going to be a tense few moments here for these guys waiting for this decision. If it is a victory for Derek, then we know what's going to happen there. If it is a defeat for Joyce, where does he go? Where does his career go?
I really do. And I think I'd probably be calling for that for Derek as well, just because the amount of wars that he's been in, the many tough fights that he's been in.
If he loses this, there's no way he's walking away after a performance like that.
No, Derek has stated that he wants to have 50 fights. I think he's talked about he wants to have a fight in Africa. So, no doubt he will.
Well, we're close to getting the decision. And there's one of his great quotes, Derek Chisora, he said, listen, in boxing, getting knocked out is better than losing on points.
Well, yeah, to go in your shield, I suppose, if you put it that way. I understand completely what he's saying.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 hard-hitting rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Kieran McCann scores it 97-92. And both judges, Victor Lachlan and Mark Bates, score it the same, 96-94. All in favor of your winner, by unanimous decision, Derek Chisora!
A sporting embrace at the end, but make no mistake, that was an absolutely gargantuan performance from a man that just will not fade away. He will not listen to everybody else's opinion. He's got his own agenda. He acts on it.
How about a big round of applause for Joyce?
Absolute admiration.
Absolutely unbelievable.